Merry Little Batman is a new Prime Video original film. This is an animated kids movie that came out a few weeks ago. I did actually watch it on the day it was released, December 8th, but I was super busy with exams and final assignments, and then I was very sick, but now it's Christmas Eve, and I thought it'd be a perfect time to talk about the movie. Merry Christmas to everybody watching, whatever you celebrate. Glad to see you here, and I was decently excited for the movie. I am probably the biggest Batman fan you'll meet. You can see kind of my little Batman shrine behind there. Batman is my favorite character of all time, and I've seen, all the live action ones, and I've seen a lot of the animated ones, so I was interested. The animation style was something that I was intrigued about, that's what I can say, and watching the film a few weeks ago, it gave me time to kind of let all my thoughts settle about this film, and I'm going to be honest, this is a good kids movie, but nothing really more than that. Merry Little Batman tells the story of Damian Wayne as he tries to retrieve his stolen utility belt and defend Wayne Manor, and try to just be a good son to Batman, and this film is so obviously directed at kids because Damian Wayne is quite clearly the main character here, and we have Batman, we have Alfred, and we have a ton of the villains that we're used to seeing, but it really is a film that focuses on Damian Wayne. And as I said, I've seen a ton of the animated films. I love them. They're some of my favorite animated films ever. Whereas this film had potential to be really good, but overall was just kind of mediocre. There's a lot to like about this film. The voice cast is fun. I mean, Luke Wilson is in the movie, and he is playing Luke Wilson. I mean, he's Batman, but he is Luke Wilson. He's nothing really more than that, but I like him a lot as an actor, so it's nice to kind of hear his voice there, but he doesn't do any voice changes or anything. But he's kind of the fun, worried dad. This is definitely not the Batman that we're used to seeing, but it's something that does work. This would be a good kind of gateway film for very young kids to get into Batman. This feels like something that would have premiered on any of the channels that you would have watched as a kid. Although I almost hesitate to say that because you have something as phenomenal as the animated series that so many kids watched growing up that still, when I watch it now, it holds up, which I am. I still watch it all the time, and it still holds up so well. Whereas this film is so directed to the kids audience that it really isn't as enjoyable being someone of my age or older. And so many people will say, oh, well, it's not a movie made for you. And it's like, yeah, but kids' movies don't have to be made just for children who are 7 years old watching them. Like, there should be still something that I can take out of it, whereas this film didn't really have that. And the animation style is so absurd and odd that I don't really understand why it looks like that. I mean, it definitely looks different, but when you have a character design like Alfred that just looks horrible, I mean, it really takes me out of the movie. The voice acting for Alfred was very good, and for Damian, I mean, it's an exaggerated kind of look at a younger Batman, which is still fun, but the animation style really was a major turnoff for the movie for me, and for so many people, I feel like it'll be the same. For kids, they won't think twice about it. But when I look at these characters, I'm like, there are so many better designs that you could have done, and there's so many better designs that haven't been done that should have been done for this film. Now, the action sequences are very fun. There's a cool scene where Damian is defending Wayne Manor from these two robbers, and he's going around in the dark, and it's very fun. This film is short. It's an insanely easy watch. There's nothing that I watch going, oh, that is just terrible, but there's also nothing in it that makes me want to watch it again or really go, yeah, I want to show this to all these people, or oh yeah, you should definitely check this one out, even as a big Batman fan. But I understand that this film is totally made for very young kids. There really isn't anything in the film that makes you think about it more than once. There's no like huge emotional depth to it. There's just, a nice story with Batman and Damian, father-son relationship, and then some cool stuff with Alfred as well, just being the nice caretaker, almost grandfather in a way in this film. But there's just so much with that animation style that really isn't good at all, and I don't know why they chose to do that. I know it's just supposed to be something fresh and different, but it really did not work for me. If the film were to try to tell a more emotionally investing story, I feel like it could have been better. Just something that doesn't feel like it was written in 30 minutes. And I'm not saying anything bad about the writers or the director or anything like that. I know it was a film made for very young audiences, but you can still have these films that are maybe targeted to younger audiences that everyone can take something out of. Merry Little Batman is a fun kids movie, but really is nothing more than that. The action sequences are fun, the voice acting is alright, but the animation style completely threw me off, and there was nothing in this film that is too memorable for me, and I don't ever plan on watching it again. I'm gonna give Merry Little Batman a 2.5 out of 5. As I said, there's nothing crazy with this film, but I'm not mad I watched it. I was glad to check it out. It was pretty fun overall. Completely harmless movie that a lot of kids will enjoy. It'll be a nice kind of new exposure to Batman for kids who are just growing up now, and parents going, oh, there's the new Batman movie, let's throw it on for these kids, and they'll watch it. They'll have a fun time. The jokes are childish, everything with it. It is so obviously directed to very young kids, to the point where I wish it was kind of made for more of a broad audience, but at the same time I understand why it is that way. But if you have seen it, let me know what you think of it in the comments down below, and thank you all for watching. Merry Christmas. I will see you guys next time. Over and out.